Hey, all you fellow slinging agents in the wild, welcome back to the show. I know it's been a spell since you joined your trusted handler and his hard slingers of yore, but we're back after our post-season break. And with it, I'm dragging in a little something I've been going on about for a while, Little Treasures. And to kick it off, I present to you the Prologue Safe House. Now, I know we've had a few of you write in and say how much you really enjoy seeing what the agents get up to between ops, what's going on the back end of this thing. So this is for you. Remember, find us over on YouTube and like and subscribe. Be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review on whatever podcast app you listen to the show on. And above all, be sure to warm up your dice and top off your glass as Roll the Hard 20 presents Little Treasures, Episode 1, The Prologue Safe House. That's quite a title. Enjoy. You want to tone that light down, or?
No, I'm good. I can't. Just right above my head where I'm sitting.
You need to wear a hat. So how you been, man?
Here, we'll tone it down this way.
Ooh.
Meat and potatoes, dude.
Tone, is that you on the mic? For our listeners, just so you know, it's taken us a while to get our epilogues and stuff out. Not because we were avoiding anything, but Sam and I were crushed under the weight of Hurricane Helene and then Hurricane Milton. So, yeah.
Yeah, I spent I spent the whole time in Texas, just fled.
There was one point, we'll make this brief, but I actually thought that the roof was going to blow off this house. And now I have contractors coming out Monday to assess the damage of the roof and the interior and fix the screen and around the pool and stuff. What a pain in the ass.
I saw a contractor guy. He had his house specially constructed, and it had all these like kind of bolt rings around his house. So when hurricanes come, he drags those tie down kind of big old thick.
Yeah, that's the ratchet
thing.
strap, dude.
And he did it over his house roof because he's like, if you notice when the hurricanes hit, they lift up a corner of the house, and that's what causes all the stuff to go. So he had this whole lattice just going over his house and bolted like in the ground, going 4 feet in the ground to cement with a little tow hook there. I'm like, dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. A lot of people didn't make out so well. So
yeah.
Anyways, moment of silence for them.
What's that?
Moment of yeah.
Sorry, that was a bad joke. A little bit of is it levity or brevity? The dark humor.
Brevity is drinking. Levity is light, right?
Did you say brevity is drinking?
Isn't it? Hey, I'll drink to brevity.
Yeah.
It goes with that moment of silence. All right, let's lead us in here, and we'll go from there. Greetings, fellow slinging agents in the wild. It is I, your trusted handler, Brian, and with me, my hard slinger of yore.
Konbanwa, Ichi here.
Season 17, The Epilogues. I gotta look at my notes here.
That's you, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Ichimaru Kimura. The cool morning air drifts upwards and enters the upper floor of your warehouse domicile. A short while ago, prior to the sunrise, Tengu-sama labored over your back, a mixture of black ink tinged with silver, trying to get the newest form of art to take purchase. The mural of the wolf began to fade a few minutes after its application, but it was the first time it had lasted as long as it did. He left disappointed, but in you, a spark of hope. Tell me how you feel after the events in New Orleans.
Well, first, how long has it been since since the New Orleans time?
3 weeks.
Okay. Well, aside from when I first return home, I am completely still amped up, still worried about the loose ends that were never tied, that we can never tie, and the tide itself that we can never stop that's coming in. But once I'm back home and I can focus on my training, reuniting with my son Kage, and basically embracing my old family, which was the Kimura clan, and my new family, which is the family I started years and years ago. Finally, all parts of my life are coming together. Now there's this one element that's still lingering, and that's the curse slash blessing that I've received from the Wasatch Mountains many, many moons ago. And that now Tengu-sama is finding the sort of right ingredients or the right mixtures of ink and silver, knowing that either it's conquering the blood that's within me, or maybe I'm starting to lose whatever this blessing or curse was. I'm still not sure what it is, but progress is being made. Whether it's a foot or a mile, it's still progress, and I will take progress any day over stagnation.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see how this mural first appeared and then dissipated almost a few minutes after it was applied. And it makes you wonder if he gets the right mixture where the mural takes purchase on you, will that actually diminish your abilities in the future? And it, who knows?
Well, I'm hoping I've never have to. Well, I'm not hoping I never. As a player, I want to find out what can happen, but Ichi himself hopes that this curse does not take him over and maybe one day, through whatever reason, get passed on to someone he cares about, his son, his friend Paulie, people like that.
And all these thoughts go through your mind as you stand alone, shirtless, shoeless, looking down over the docks in front of your building. Deep in thought, you're pulled out of your reflection as you hear the freight elevator at the back of the loft begin to approach your floor. You were not expecting guests, and certainly Tengu-sama would have notified you prior to him arriving. After a few moments, the elevator stops. The lock on its partition door disengages, and out steps Heisenberg. Hello, Each. I hope this isn't a bad time.
It's never a bad time to visit with old friends, though. Maybe you call ahead next time. I can have something for us to snack on.
That reminds me. He holds his finger up as he reaches into his jacket, and he pulls out a phone. He pushes a button and holds the phone up to the side of his head. After a few moments, he says, "Do you know who this is? I know this is breaking protocol, but if you're available, I need to meet with you. There's a burger stand on Leakin Avenue, just west of Tustin. It's called Troy's. Have you heard of it? Say 45 minutes. I'll see you then." He hangs up the phone and puts the phone away, and with the same hand, he removes a rolled up piece of paper that's secured with a rubber band. Sorry about the short notice, Each. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't caught between a rock and a hard place. As for what went down at the French Quarter, I'm sorry I had to involve you and Adesso on that one. Randall Schaefer was my friendly on the outside before I brought him into the fold, and the only way I knew of to clean him was to bring you and Adesso in. But I need for us to put that behind us and move forward. Because right now we're sitting on a ticking time bomb that's about to blow up under us if we don't get out in front of the curve on this one.
Sounds the same as every other situation, so maybe give me more of the details now.
He takes in a deep breath, exhales, and he actually walks to the landing where you were looking earlier with his back to you, and he's looking out on the docks. And he begins, "For the past few years, the agency has been using certain individuals, gifted individuals, who have helped us locate certain anomalies prior to their incursions. In short, they remote view for us. Their results are hit and miss, more miss than not. But there is one individual whose success ratio is off the chart. Recently, he's come under the microscope and was under investigation. He was picked up and, for reasons you can imagine, is now under the protection of the State Department. As such, he's being held in a safe house until he can be debriefed by the Attorney General tomorrow." At this, he turns around and looks you right in the eyes. "This makes him a liability to the agency and to us. Because if the State Department learns what we know..." He just lets it hang in the air. "Anyways, we finally received intel on where they're keeping him. We honestly didn't think we'd get a crack at him before he broke. This," and he waves that rolled piece of paper, "is good news. If you do this for me, I will owe you one. And if you know the value of that, you'll undertake this."
Very well. When do I need to go?
"You need to leave now. Your mission is as follows. He's being held in a single-story safe house in Nevada, just outside of Vegas. I've chartered a private plane for you. It's waiting on the runway right now at Orange County Airport. Private contractors have been brought in to ensure his security until they can pump him for information, who he works for, his specialties, the chain of command, and debrief him on all the missions he's been part of. Your mission parameters are simple and as follows. Remove this individual from the board, and anyone in your way is expendable. Right now, they believe his location remains unknown, and we have that going for us."
It's a shame to waste one of your, I guess you could call them trackers, and the one that is the best out of all of them. Is there a way that, if possible, do I not exterminate, or is it just exterminate and we will take the loss?
This individual doesn't have the same grit that you and Adesso have. He won't stand up to scrutiny. He won't be able to hold out, and he will crack immediately. And if he starts singing, he's going to bring down the whole house of cards around us, and we'll all be brought up. They don't care. They don't even want to hear what we do for the agency, what the agency stands for, what we're really about. To them, it's nothing more than noises in the dark. Somebody's saying boo on the other side of a door. We know what's on the other side of the door. We know what's in the dark. And for all we know, whatever's on the other side of the door may have already infiltrated the highest reaches of our government. Fucking reptilians.
Well, I say we plan that that's already happened and act accordingly. I just wanted to make sure my orders were clear. Sometimes it's eliminate or bring them back. This is not a bring them back situation.
He looks at his watch. "I'd like to stay and catch up each, I really would, but I have another appointment I have to be at. I owe an apology to an old friend."
Well, I hope you enjoy Troy's. It's one of my favorite burger joints. Been going there since I was a kid.
"I hear it's good. Unfortunately, I feel like I've lost my appetite." "Be well, friend. I'll show myself out."
You know the way.
He leaves and leaves you alone. You make your way to Orange County Airport. There's already an individual liaison to help guide you to your biplane. The flight itself takes about an hour and 45 minutes. Gives you plenty of time to look over the layout of this safe house. There's a few minor notes basically saying it's a single story, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, large backyard enclosed by a cinder block wall. Basically sits on a large stretch of desert, sparsely placed between other houses of similar makes and models. Basically, you're able to catch up on all this stuff on the plane.
Okay.
There's a car waiting for you when you land at Las Vegas Airport, and he takes you towards the direction of this address. You're dropped off about 2 miles from the location, which is marked as the safe house. The driver doesn't say a word, just waits for you to exit.
Where's he dropping me off?
Just in the middle of an intersection where there are no lights, just
Okay.
basically signs. From
And how
your...
far?
Go ahead, brother.
I was going to say, how far is it now to the safe house from where I'm at?
About 2 miles.
Okay.
As you exit the car, he takes off. And you could tell that with the changing of the seasons, the weather has really started to cool down.
Well, because it's just myself and I don't have the great sniper Paulie Adesso at my back, I will wait till it gets to be closer to evening time before I even attempt to go towards the house. I'll be wearing a light tracksuit, something that's not solid black. I'm not trying to be a ninja here, but just nothing that's too bright and eye-catching. But it'll look that if anyone looks or sees me, it's like, oh, this gentleman's out for an evening jog in the cool air, and hopefully no one will question anything else about that.
What are you packing for...
About 6.5 inches.
Ooh,
That's if I have sex with you twice, though.
damn.
Ichi he has his jack blade, and he has his Glock, and he also has a Tonto knife. And that's all sort of concealed with the jacket pulled over. So nothing should be, especially with the jack blade for the listeners, this is a blade that retracts into almost like a collapsible baton, but is a collapsible sword. So it can be shrunk down to, what is it, 6 to 7 inches maybe, Ryder?
I think I said it was like 7.5, 8 inches.
7.5? Okay, 7.5.
Yeah, it's basically the handle of the blade.
Yeah.
The handle.
Okay, and then, so that should be able to fit all within a pocket or in the small of my back, and no weird bulges anywhere.
As you start making your way towards the house, the cool air has definitely dropped down in temperature, especially being in the high desert like this. And as you start moving through this sparsely connected development, you see that there's plenty of houses, but they're like on quarter acres, half acres. All of them are single story. They have their AC units up on the roofs. Some of them back up against large mountainous rocky hills that are a couple miles off their backside. It's not that the place has gone into developmental hell. It's possible that they had hoped that this development would take off, and it really just didn't. But it seems as though this is more of like a final destination for people where they might go to retire.
Fitting for our mission.
Yes. Eventually you come upon the house that is your target. Standing a lone structure on a quarter acre. This single-story adobe looks like every other house in this region. Rock gardens with encompassed Joshua trees bracket a bleach white driveway. You see white stucco is rhythmically broken up by brown trim around tinted windows and the brown double doors that serve as the front entrance. You see a cinder block wall protrudes off both sides of the house for about 15 feet in either direction before angling to run along the sides towards the back. No doubt the barrier for the backyard itself. From what you can tell, looking at the house, you do see that there are really low-lit lights coming from some of the windows at the front. But because the shades are drawn and most likely the windows are tinted, you really can't see what's going on in there. And so as you stand looking at this structure, what would you like to do?
I'd like to, knowing somewhat some of these things, I'd like to make a roll and go, okay, well, if they're watching a target, is that usually 3 people? Is it 4 people? Do they usually have dogs? Like, what could I roll to kind of get, would it be criminology? Would it be anything like that for, not forensics, I don't have, but I'd like to try to see if there's anything that I can discern about what is a standard procedure for this kind of work.
You could either do an intuition check or an instinct check.
Well, I will do, let's see. So intuition, okay, that's a 70. Under 70, we're rolling. 95, that's a fail. Good start for the mission there.
With that roll, you probably figure that they're probably running a 2 to 4 man crew watching this individual. It's really difficult to tell because there's a few lights that are lit, but without actually seeing inside and knowing the layout of the house other than what you have from the map itself.
Okay.
Who would be where, who wouldn't be where, how long have they really been in this house? Maybe they're ramping it up, maybe they're slacking off. It's difficult to tell. You'd probably need to get more hands-on with this place.
Okay, how close am I to the house?
You're probably about 500 feet.
Okay, I'm just going to do a quick look. I want to make sure I know it's a single story, but I want to make sure there's no one like laying up on the roof, maybe as a lookout, sniper, whatever. Would that be alertness?
You could do either an alertness check or an observation check.
Okay, let's see. Where's the observation? Is that
that's one of
we
ours.
Came up with?
Yeah, that's one of ours.
And what's that based on?
Based on instinct. Basically
okay.
to pay attention to your surroundings or to conversations close by.
Okay, that would be a 70 then. 24.
24. As you scan the roof line, you don't notice anybody lying up there. And ironically, you don't notice any type of CCTV cameras either.
Okay. So this really is just like a friggin' safe house in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Well, I will approach the house then as stealthily as possible. Is there a way to make it there without just walking straight up to the front door? Or can I know they have the house or the wall, so I will try to navigate to the wall and hop up and look over.
Now the wall basically covers the sides of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And goes down and goes about 20 feet behind the house and then encloses the backside also. Now there's no houses to the left or right immediately. They're much further. They're probably like 1,000 feet away on the left, 1,000 feet away on the right. It's got a really wide street, and then the other houses aren't directly in front of this one. They're kind of staggered.
Okay.
So like checkered boards.
Well, then I will move quickly, but not running, and try to get access to the wall, so where I can hop over or at least pull myself up and look within there.
Okay, yeah, just pop up, take a peek.
And if possible, I'd like to pop up, if we're looking at the map, and then just if the top is the north, I'd like to pop up on the east side if possible and see what, I'm thinking if there's a bunch of people here, they would be potentially in the kitchen playing cards, doing whatever. I want to see if there's people in that kitchenette area.
Now, if you look at the map, you'll notice that there are several windows on the back side of the house. There's 2 on the front, and there doesn't appear to be any on the left or right sides.
Yeah, that's why I want to approach from that side.
Okay, so the northeast.
Yes, northeast, yeah.
Okay.
So I will run up to the wall, and since there's no windows, take a leap over the wall and drop down between the wall and the side of the house where there's no windows. Now, hopefully there's no dogs, but I'm going to be bold and rationalize that they're not going to have dogs.
Dogs, what a great idea. Let me put that.
War pigs.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay. Under 52. That's at 18.
18. You land gracefully as a cat with sore feet. You don't hear anything.
Okay. I will slowly make my way moving north. I want to take a look into that kitchen window.
Okay. As you look into the window, you notice that the room itself is probably about 20 feet by 20 feet. You see that the window looks onto a sink. You see cabinets along the walls. You see a counter that separates the kitchen from what appears to be a dining area in the south part of that room. You see another counter that separates the western part of the kitchen from what appears to be like a computer-esque room. And you see an individual sitting at a computer in a chair that's right against the counter. And knowing what you know from the map, that desk is right next to a sliding glass door.
Okay, and the person sitting there is not my target.
He appears to be wearing a button-up shirt, sleeves rolled up, hair combed off to the side, but that's all you can tell. Whatever he's doing, he looks like he's interested in whatever he's doing on the computer.
Porn, right on. He'll be done in a minute. So he does he have the look of a Fed or a cop?
He looks like he could be shot and buried in the same clothes.
All right. And real quick, I'm trying to discern a number of people potentially here. At the area with the sink and the plates and all that, do I notice a bunch of like plates in the drying rack? There's 3 plates, or do I notice any kind of three forks or?
Good one. You see 3 plates, 3 glasses, couple forks.
Okay, so there's at least 3 people, or it could be 2 guys and the mark, but maybe they're not feeding him. So, okay.
Starve him into submission.
Yeah. And on my map, I'm looking at the center north. Is that some sort of a game room with like a pool table or something?
Very good, each.
Okay, well, it's a good art, So I'm thinking, okay, there's a dude there. Potentially the other guys are playing pool or something. I'm just assuming a lot here. I want to do a scout south and check out the southern bedroom, southeast. So below the kitchen, basically.
Now, how are you going to get to that room?
Well, there's no windows on that side wall.
That's correct.
I'm just going to be walking stealthily, and then, like I did with the kitchen area up north, I'm going to peek into the side window.
The wall ends at the front of the house, though. So this is actually at the front of the house. You'd have to hop back over the wall and go.
Oh, okay. All right, but the back part then is open to the backyard, right?
That's correct.
And those sliding glass doors, those are floor to ceiling, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't want to risk walking by those. Well, what I could do is the backyard pretty empty?
Yeah, it's just dirt and desert type bushes. I'll tell you what, though. Why don't you give me a luck roll with your D20?
Okay. Luck roll, D20. Oh, that's a 16.
16?
Yeah.
There is no moon out tonight.
Oh, no wonder I feel so weak. What I will do then is, I don't want to cross right in front of those windows or sliding glass door where the computer guy is, but I wouldn't mind, if possible, looking through the other windows. But I'm going to walk myself into the backyard, out of the light of the windows coming out, and go sort of as far back as I can where I think I would be out of the range of the light spilling out of the rooms and out of the vision, So just like when you're looking outside your window at night, you can't see anything after a certain range. So I want to try to walk that perimeter of right on the edge of, actually be more safe and walk into the dark to where they can't see me, but hopefully I can see in the other windows.
Sounds good.
So I will do that. Do I need to make a stealth check?
No. As you make your way to the back wall, you don't even need to make a stealth check. You start going from east to west as you peer at the back of the house. You see at the middle of the house, there's another sliding glass door. No curtains on this one, or they're probably pulled back. You see the glow of a TV. You also see an overhead light shining down on what appears to be a pool table in the middle of the room, at least a portion of it that you can see from where you are. You don't see anybody in that room from what you can tell. As you keep going to the west, you see that there is one final window that's on the corner of that house, but the blinds are drawn on it. You do see a soft glow, but you can't see through the window.
Okay. So I do see one person. Windows are drawn. Probably someone's in there. That still leaves another person. Well, since as a former criminal, judging by the sliding glass doors, not the one with the person who's at the pool or at the computer, but the one that has the pool table in it, does that look like something that I would be able to pick, open, something like that? Or should I try to go through potentially a window from one of the other rooms that I haven't checked yet?
That's either one of your choices.
No, I'm asking, like, which do I think is easier to breach? Me being a former criminal and has criminology and lockpicking and all that.
You could probably pick the sliding door off the game room.
Okay.
But if you had to wedge the far west window, it would probably be less discernible to the guy sitting all the way to the far side of the house. In other words, if you're picking the middle glass, there may be a possibility he may hear it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to the other one, there would be a less possible.
And which window is this? The closed one with the soft glow?
Yes.
But
the
I
one
don't
that's
know.
all the way on the northwest side.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I will proceed. Ichi will proceed to the northwest window, the one that had the curtains closed and with the soft glow. And I want to look through if I can and see if there's any kind of movement in the room, if there's the soft glow is from a TV or if it's from a light. Can I discern that?
You don't see any movement. You don't see
anything from, like, TV, the ball game's on or anything.
No, you don't hear a TV going on in there. You do see what appears to be a bed immediately to your right along the western wall. You see a chair that's against the eastern wall. You could barely make out a door and a cabinet on the far wall, the southern wall. And there appears to be two items on the bed itself. It's hard to tell. One of the items looks maybe 10 inches by 5 inches, and another one appears to be maybe 36 inches long and maybe 2 inches wide.
Not a human, though, at least.
No.
Room is empty.
Yeah, the room looks empty.
Okay. I will check the window first to see if it's any alarms. If not, I will see if it's unlocked. And if it's locked, I will attempt to pick it. All stealthily, too, by the way. So got lots of rolls.
Okay.
Which should I roll first?
Roll your observation to see if you see anything alarm related.
Okay. That's under 70, 63.
63. You do not see any alarms.
Okay. Does the window appear? I will give the window. Is it like a sliding window or from the bottom up?
It's the kind that
side?
raises up from the bottom to the top.
Okay. So this may. I wish I had some like WD-40. Yeah. I will attempt to see if it's locked, and if not, I will give a small sort of push up on it. Any squeaking, anything like that?
Give me a luck roll to see if it's unlocked.
Okay. 12.
12. It's unlocked.
All right. We will open it up.
Okay. Let me roll my dice now.
Oh, boy.
Where's my D20? Very quiet as you raise it up.
Oh, okay. Well,
Roll the 3.
Oh, good. Keep that dice.
Yeah.
Roll the low 20.
Roll the hard 3.
Yeah. Okay, I will then open up the window and creep in and real quickly see what the environments are around me. What were I know we have the chair and the dresser. What were the things on the bed? Were they weapons or something? Or
Well, let me describe the room for you.
oh,
Okay.
well, here we go.
This is definitely seems to be staged for somebody to be staying here. You see the bed against the northwest corner, a chair in the northeast corner, obviously the window you came through. You see a closet is set in the southern wall next to a closed door. On the bed, there's a katana in a scabbard laying right next to a closed wooden box.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it's staged for someone. It's for me. What does the box appear to be? Is it a shoe box?
It's a wooden box.
Okay.
It's 10 inches by 8 inches by 5 inches deep.
Okay, and so I'll open it.
You see inside there appears to be an oiling kit. Now, for the listeners, that's how you go about preserving the integrity of a genuine katana. You also see an old black and white photo of an Asian man holding a child, like a real young child in each arm, smiling for the camera.
I'll look over the back, the front. Is anything familiar to me?
It says Hiroshima, 1973.
Oh, okay. Well, and the person is it a male holding two kids? Do they appear to be both boys, girls, one of each?
It's hard to tell if they're boys or girls.
Okay, and the door's closed, you said?
Yeah.
I will do a quick inspection on the sword. Is this of legit quality, or is it you buy it from friggin' Knife Gallery? you know, no offense to Knife Gallery. I loved your store back in the 80s when the Orange Mall was still around.
Oh man, I missed that day. As you look at this katana, really take it in, you notice immediately the eel skin underneath the wrappings of the handle. You see that the Tsuba is made from a real highly polished brass. You see the wooden dowel in the handle. As you pull the blade out of the scabbard, you see this beautiful constructive wave that separates the dual pieces of metal. Now I'll tell you, you know who you are, and if you were to push that dowel pin out. So,
Yeah.
that's good to say.
Yeah. Well, that's not something I would be doing right now. I will replace the sword back in the sheath, and I will actually take it very carefully. But someone with this type of blade and the sharpening kit, he may be here, and I don't want him to get this, so I will store this underneath the bed for
The
now.
katana?
Yes.
Ooh.
Just because if they hear me or whatever and he runs in there, I don't want 3 feet of steel coming back at me right away. And the player and the character both want to see this sword more and examine it and all that, but that's not the mission right now. So I'm going to have to role play very good that I'm not interested. Okay, I will, when I release the jack blade, does that make a sound?
It does. It makes a ratcheting sound.
Okay, well, then maybe scrap that. I will keep my jack blade in my pocket, and I will take the katana with me and use that as my weapon if I need to.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's bold.
Okay. Tell me where you want to. Tell me where you want to go.
I will listen at the door real quick to see if I hear anything outside. If not, I will creak the door open a little bit, again praying because I don't have a WD-40, and see down the hallway. I know the layout of this place. I know there's going to be a room directly across from me. I don't want to open it and have someone sitting there with the door open staring right at me.
Listening at the door, you don't hear anything.
Okay. And I will open it a crack and take a peer across the room real quick to me.
You see directly across the hall, there's another closed door. You see to your left, about 10 feet down on your right-hand side, which would be the southern side, you see another closed door. And beyond that, based on the layout of this house, that there's a foyer off to the right beyond that. And then to your left, which is the north side, would be the game room. And then further in would be the kitchen dining room / computer porn room. And then there's the master bedroom way in the southeast corner.
All right.
From your position, though, in the door, you hear somebody kind of cursing. And you kind of hear the ting, 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 ting. Ting, 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 ting. Almost like playing like a video game, maybe some kind of a online poker or something like that.
All right. That's our computer guy then. Okay. So we know there's another person as well, at least, as well as the mark. So the door is closed. I'm going to be very bold and assume that the computer guy is, playing the game. I want to go listen at the doors of the bathroom and the bedroom and see if there's anyone there. Well, first, I look down the hallway. I don't see anything.
No, there's nobody coming.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, I will do that.
And it's got that eerie, like 40-watt bulb feel to it. This place gives off the vibe of like a model home that people would see when they're going to buy a house and a track before the tracks are built.
Yeah, it's got just the plastic turkey on the table. Yeah,
it's just got that feel to everything. The brightest light seems to be coming from the game room, most likely from the overhead lamp above the pool table.
Okay,
but everything else is just low, dimly, eerie lit.
And I know what the target looks like, right? Was that in the files?
No, it was not.
It was not. Okay.
You just know he is in this house.
Okay. Well, I will go across to that bedroom door and look at the floor. Is there a light on in there?
No, it's dark.
Okay. And the bathroom, does it sound like there's someone in there?
The light is on under the bathroom door.
Okay, so do I hear any grunts, any courtesy flushes? Was that a yeah or
sounds
no?
of creation.
Sounds of creation. Okay. Am I able to? So I will very quietly then as well take a peek around the corner from the bathroom, which is the south, and into that foyer. Is there anyone like sitting guarding the front door or anything like that?
No. You see that next to the front door on either side of those walls are credenzas.
Uh-huh.
You see that they have cheap little knickknacks, odd curios, pictures in generic frames. Definitely lends credence. This is probably definitely a safe house, not an actual dwelling.
Lends credence. I love credence. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to look out the back door. Do. Okay. Well, then I'm going to be, again, being bold here. I know that the guy is engaged in his game in the northern room. I would like to move towards to where the master bedroom is.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a risk at walking behind him, hoping he's not going to see my reflection in the computer, or I don't trip over, a dog's squeaky toy or something.
He still seems engaged in what he's doing.
Okay. Well, then I will make my way to the master bedroom. I am thinking that the mark is in the master bedroom.
Okay.
Now, I don't know, because there's a window to the front that he could easily escape. Oh, real quick. Does he want to be protected by these people?
You don't know.
I don't know. I don't recall what Heisenberg said. If he was on the run from Heisenberg and these guys got him.
It sounded like he was picked up for something. He didn't say what he got picked up for. Most likely, he might have got pinched for some infraction.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, I know I'm taking a little long here, but I want to, I'm not used to not having the covering fire, and I'm trying very much to be like, not storm the gates and all that sort of shit. So,
you don't want to go up and parlay with the Knowles?
Coming soon. Okay. So I want to then move to that master bedroom suite. My goal would be to open it, see who I think the mark is there in his sleep, and eliminate him. That's the idea.
Now, right now, it's about 7:30 at night.
Okay.
So even though it's dark outside because of the time of year,
Right.
which we're getting on into the middle of October, right around that time. I don't. It's anybody's guess if he would be asleep that early.
Yeah, probably not. Okay. So I don't know if he wants to be rescued. Does the door seem locked? The master
They're
bedroom
both
door?
closed. You can tell they're
Yeah.
double doors, but they're closed.
Yeah, I will actually turn something. I want to try to do it very stealthily too, so I don't know
Okay.
if that helps. Oh, no, it does not. I failed.
Well, you jiggle the handle, and two things come to your realization. One is that the doors are locked. Two, the guy playing poker has stopped playing poker.
Okay. Does he say anything?
He doesn't say anything. He's still in the other room right now.
Okay, I will crouch low and wait to see if he's coming over. And I'll be ready to
You hear him
attack.
say from the other room, "How much longer are you going to be in there?" You know, I got to take a piss. I'm like on my third beer right now. And you hear from the bathroom, "I'll be out when I'm done." He walks to the end of the kitchen dining room / computer porn room and looks down the hallway towards the bathroom where the occupant is. And he looks to the left.
Uh-oh. Let's go.
I rolled a 17.
Okay.
And he's standing there and he sees you crouched down. Let's do this.
All right, initiative.
Basically, who has the best dex is what we
Best
go with.
dex?
Yeah, best
Okay.
dex. I don't know why I'm rolling.
Yeah. I have a dex of 15.
15. You go first each.
Okay. All right,
What are
this
you
is
gonna
with attack with the katana.
Okay.
An untested blade in my hands. That will be, let's see, not hand-to-hand, melee weapons. Under 53. That is a 74. That's a miss.
Miss. He holds up a beer bottle, and the katana shanks off the bottle. At the same time, he goes to grab a gun at his waist and realizes it's not there.
Oopsie.
He pulls a blade out from his back. Looks like a really nice fighting knife, and brings it down towards you. 76 misses.
That was close. Okay, so that's what I get for going into battle with an untested blade. I will, as I was dual wielding the katana, let go of the katana with my right hand. So I hold on to the katana with my left. I don't want to disrespect such a fine blade by dropping it on the floor. And I will use my jack blade to attack the computer guy.
Go for it.
All right. 50 under 53. That was close.
Roll me damage.
That's what I see. I should always use the jack blade, the tested blade. And damage is fucking 12. 1 to 12 on the katana. 12.
Holy shit. Two things happen. You lop off his head and his head hits the floor the same time the beer bottle hits the floor. Shattering. You hear the toilet flush. And the door open. "Oh, what are you doing? Jimmy!" And you see this individual come out of the restroom and look down the hallway, seeing Jimmy, both pieces of him laying on the tile, broken bottle, and you standing there with two swords, one in each hand. And he looks at you and just looks you up and down, and you see this, his Asian features, slick back hair, buttoned up white shirt, even buttoned at the cuffs.
Oh, I'm sure.
Slacks, no shoes, no socks.
In the bathroom? Gross.
You have chosen death by entering this house.
I will hold up the blade and look at him. This is beautiful. Who made it?
My great-grandfather.
I will extend it out to him. Handle.
He bows deep, takes it, brings it up, flicks it off to the side to make sure there's nothing on the blade. Gets in a stance. Hey.
I suppose you wouldn't consider giving up the mark, and we can each continue this another day. But I'm also okay if you want to die tonight.
Honor has brought you to this house to kill a man, and honor dictates that I not allow that, regardless of what this man is.
Yojimbo, bodyguard, I understand.
I prefer Sanjuro.
All right, we will do this. I'm saying this to you, GM, or handler. Is this also Dex first?
Yeah, but based on your dex, you're going to win. You'll beat him.
Okay. Okay, I will attack.
Hey.
Under 53, a 29. Damn. See, I just needed to get rid of that katana. And damage is a 9.
9. He takes it deep across the shoulder. Tries to bring the katana up and bring it down. 3.
Oh. Dodge?
You can, but he gets another attack. If you dodge, you can dodge.
Okay. So what do I need to do?
Give me an athletics check for your dodge.
Okay, here goes my athletics check. Under 50. 008.
He swipes down from right to left. You dodge out of the way, and he brings it down for his next attack.
Okay.
75 misses,
Ooh.
striking the wall.
It's going to put a notch in that blade. Good thing I have a cleaning kit. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't say that. Okay. So I'm able to attack again?
Yes, you are.
Okay. There goes Jackblade. Under 53. 24. Dude. Lightning here. Okay. 7.
He goes down to his knees. You see him fall forward, bracing himself with his left hand. You see the katana start to unfurl from his right hand, one finger at a time.
Is it falling?
It's falling to the floor.
I'm going to catch it.
Make
I
an
don't want it to hit
athletics
the
check.
ground. Okay. Athletics? 30. Under 50.
You catch it before it hits the tile. He looks up at you. Who are you?
I am Ichi. I am from the Kimura clan.
His eyes widen. Do me the honor.
I understand what you mean. Do you wish to be your grandfather's sword or mine, and I will show him my blade?
Your sword. He pushes himself up off the floor with this incredible internal force. You see him pull a 10-inch katana out from behind his back and put it against his left side. He rams it into his abdomen and pulls it across from left to right, turns it and starts bringing it up.
I will wait till I see the acknowledgement in his eyes to where he's ready.
He is ready.
Okay. Do I need to roll for this, or we're going to be... you miss. Okay. And so how does he die? Does his head fall forward the correct way?
He dies headless and with honor. And that deserves a gold doubloon.
All right. Well, I'll have to use
Record
that tonight, right?
You may have to.
Yeah, because
The The house goes quiet.
Okay. I will see if any of these gentlemen have keys in their pockets to the room.
The
Master bedroom.
individual you just fought does not have any. But you do check Jimmy. Headless Jimmy. You got 2 headless bodies, by the way. He does have a key. It's a key ring, actually.
Okay. I will take that, and I will go to the master bedroom. I don't know if this guy is armed in here or if there's an extra one, so I'm going to take, all precautions again. Unlock the door. But this time in my offhand, I will have the Glock, just in case I need to fire from afar and can't cover that range. Hopefully I don't have to do this.
You open the double doors, and you see the master bedroom. There's a queen-size bed perpendicular to the east wall. You see a dresser against the south wall right next to a large bay window. Blinds are closed. You see bars through the blinds.
Oh.
And you see a small couch against the north wall with an individual sitting in it reading a book. And he looks up at you. He's gaunt looking, sandy blonde hair. His teeth look kind of yellowish, kind of frail looking man. And he just looks at you and he says, "Jimmy, I see another vision. I see another one. I see another one. Jimmy, I need my medicine." Where's Jimmy? Han, where's my medicine?
Where do they normally keep it?
It's talking to me, Jimmy. The vision's talking to me now.
I'm not a vision. I'm a friend.
Go away. He starts just thumbing through the pages of the book.
What's the book?
It looks like a journal of some kind.
Okay. If there's nothing, I guess I'm here to do my job. I will go up to him, and if he's allowing, give him sort of a coup de grace, the swiftest, most painless possible death.
How is that death? Blade or bullet?
No, it would be blade. I don't want to alert anything around here, if possible. I mean, maybe because it's Nevada, they're used to maybe hearing gunfire. It's the old root and toot. Yeah, root and toot in Wild West.
Damn close to it.
No, I will basically, let's go for, what do they call that in hockey? Where they get 3 goals, the hat trick. I'm going to go for the hat trick and see if I can take his hat off.
Okay.
Basically try to, put him out of his misery quick.
Okay.
Not a painful death in the belly or anything like that.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. He's just fully looking down at the book. Occasionally he looks up at you out of the corner of his eye to see if you're still there. Jimmy! And then off with the head. The arms slump down. The book falls to the floor. The neck starts spouting just this gout of blood.
Is this his diary?
It looks like a handwritten diary, whether it's his or not. I mean, I don't think he signed it.
Well, I want to make sure it's not I want to look at it real quick and make sure it's not like some kid's diary, a fake diary, or...
As you begin to thumb through the pages, you realize that everything in this book is encrypted. You see weird schematics that are drawn.
Okay, well, I will hold on to the diary. And I will also return the blade to, I guess, who I know is now named Han. I want to look at his, if he has a driver's license or FBI, police identification, whatever he is.
Okay.
Who was this gentleman? Yes.
It says Hanzo Shimata.
Okay. And that's his driver's license?
Yeah.
Okay. I will take the driver's license and the sword, as well as the cleaning kit and picture and all that, and I will eventually return this to his home address. So if he has family, that this sword will stay in the family line. I will take the diary, and I will make sure that there's nothing left in this house that I need to take with me. So I'll check the other guy's room, Jimmy's room, make sure there's nothing in there. And
Yeah, you see a shoulder holster laying on the bed with the weapon still in it.
whoopsie.
You see a closet. Inside the closet are suits. And you see a briefcase on the floor.
Okay, this could be theirs or Oscar Goldman's briefcase.
Be careful, it might blow up.
Yeah, I know. Exploding briefcase. That's from $6 Million Man, kids, if you haven't seen it. Okay, I will take a look at the briefcase. Does it have any sort of like tumbler locks that I need to pick? Or
No, it just has like a lever release.
okay, I'll take a peek in it.
Okay. You see that there's a calculator, there's some money in there and all this other stuff. And you see that there's a folder in there as well. And inside the folder, you see that there are 3 pages that have notes. They appear to be encrypted as well. But I'd like for you to make an observation check.
29.
You see on each page that there's a symbol pressed into the paper. It's slight. It's almost like embossed in the pages.
Watermark?
Yeah, but it's not colored. It's just pressed in.
Okay.
But you could just make out 2 letters on each page. QH.
Oh, Quantum Horizons, of course. Okay, well, I will basically take the diary and just the whole briefcase. Unless there's anything else in the briefcase of note, I'll take the folder and the diary, and I will put that in my jogging suit jacket and, zip it up. And I will take the ID from Hanzo and his katana and all the stuff that was with it, the pictures and all that, and I will exit the way I came. Does Heisenberg want me to cleanse this whole place, or it was just to eliminate the target, right?
That's it.
Who
Everybody
cares
else was
about murders in
expendable.
the desert? There's bodies everywhere in Nevada. Yep. Okay, I won't try to draw any more attention then. I will leave the bodies. I will leave the everything there, and I'll exit the way I came, and I will go back the way I came to the 2 Mile highway. Now, I don't remember if there was do I call for a pickup, or I don't remember if we'd even discussed that. I was so getting into the mood.
You don't even have to discuss it. You don't have to make a call. As you make your way back to where you were dropped off at, you see the same driver waiting for you, idling.
Okay. I will walk up there, and I will get into the car, and I assume you know where we're going, so let's go.
Car takes off. He takes you to Las Vegas airport. The flight back home is quick and uneventful. You make your way back to your loft. It's probably about 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow. All one night, huh?
One night.
Wow. Okay, that was I don't even get a suite comped or anything. Come on. Wow, that's a lot of work in one night, a lot of travel.
Yeah, a lot of turnaround.
Well, okay. Well, what I do want to do then is, am I to let I don't remember if Heisenberg asked me to contact him when this was done.
He didn't. He didn't
Okay,
say either way.
Well, I assume he will be here. So what I will do is I will put all the folder and the diary in one spot, and I will put all of Hanzo's stuff together in another spot. And I assume Heisenberg will be coming to see me the following morning. And when he does, I will have the other stuff all packed up so he can drop it off at the mailbox and have it delivered to that nobleman's house.
And we will pick that up in season 18.
Hey, right on.
Good
That was
job.
fun, brother. Whew, that was a good one.
It's hard to tell if they're boys or girls.
Racist.
They have those fucking bowl cuts till the age of like fucking 17. I gotta cut that out too.
Yeah, you gotta cut that too.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora Radio, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review. Don't forget about our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. So if you're into watching and you want to help support the show, then head on over and hit that subscribe button. It really does help the show out. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted over there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next time, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.